Hello everyone. In this video we are going to see about the divisibility rules which comes under number system, and in this video we will be covering the divisibility rules for various problems with examples and remainder problems which can be asked under divisibility rules, and few examples also will be covered in this particular video. So now let's see the various rules for various numbers. First, we'll see the divisibility rule for 2, 4, 8 and 16. So here all the numbers which comes under the powers of 2 will be following a specific pattern. The divisibility rule for 2, we'll just see the last digit. If the last digit is divisible by 2, the whole number will be divisible by 2. Divisibility rule for 4, we'll be seeing the last two digits. The last two digits are divisible by 4, then the whole number will be divisible by 4. Same way for 8. Last three digits we need to see. If the last three digits are divisible by 8, then the whole number will be divisible by 8. Sometimes they will give you a larger number with 20 digits or 30 digits and ask you for the remainder. So in that case, we cannot take all the digits and find out the remainder. So at that time, it's easy for us to take only the last three digits or last four digits based on the numbers, and then we can find out the remainder. Since here divisibility rule for 16, if it is here, if you see, it is a 7-digit number. We don't want to divide all the values, just to take the last four digits and divide it by 16. If it is exactly divisible, then the whole number will be exactly divisible by 16. So the same approach can be followed for all the numbers such as 64, 128, 256, which comes under 2 powers. Next, numbers which are divisible by 5 powers, which is 5, 25, 125 and so on. So divisibility rule for 5, if the last digit is 0 or 5, then the whole number will be divisible by 5. Divisible by 25, if the last two digits are divisible by 25, then the whole number will be divisible by 25. Same way for 125, if the last three digits are divisible by 125, then the whole number will be divisible by 125. So for 3 and 9, it's the sum of the digits which is going to decide whether the number is divisible by 3 or 9 or not. So now for 3, 1, 5, 6, 7, 2. If you want to check whether this number is divisible by 3, just add all the digits. 1 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 2. So we'll get 21. 21 is divisible by 3. Then the whole number will be divisible by 3. The same approach can be done to find out the divisibility rule for 9. Sum of the digits, if the sum of the digits is divisible by 9, then the whole number will be divisible by 9. Not only for finding out the divisibility criteria, for 9, the sum of the digits will be the remainder for the particular number when divided by 9. For example, 75622 when divided by 9, what is the remainder? If that is the question, I don't want to divide by normal long division method to find out the remainder. It's easy for me just to add the digits, and whatever may be the sum I am getting, that will be my remainder. For example, here 7 plus 5 plus 6 plus 2 plus 2, I am getting 22. Now the 22 is again 2 plus 2, 4. So I can say when 75622 is divided by 9, my remainder will be 4. So now we have the numbers 11, 101 and 1001. See, this follows a different approach. So we are going to split the numbers based on odd positions and even positions. So take it from the rightmost place. Split all the digits 9, 3, 6, 1. So sum of the digits in odd place. Consider this is first place, second place, third place, fourth place. Sum of digits in odd place minus sum of digits in even place. If it is 0 or 11, then the whole number will be divisible by 11. So here we have 1639. So sum of digits in odd positions is 9 plus 6, 15. Sum of digits in even positions is 3 plus 1, 4. So 15 minus 4, which is 11. So 11 is exactly divisible by 11. Then we can say 1639 is divisible by 11. So if we want to find out the divisibility rule for 101, so here we splitted one number, but here we need to split two numbers, 76, 22, 51 and 4. And after that, sum of the digits in odd positions, 76 plus 51 minus sum of the digits in even positions, 22 plus 4. If that is 0 or a multiple of 101, then the whole number will be divisible by 101. Similarly, for 1001, here we need to split three numbers, 524, 533 and 9. So sum of digits in odd positions is 524 plus 9 minus sum of digits in even positions 533. We'll get 0. So we can say it is exactly divisible by 1001. So now we need to see about co-prime numbers. When can we use the co-prime numbers? So we don't know the divisibility rule for 6, 12, for some 18, 24 like this. So whenever we get a larger number or a composite number like this, and with the previously known divisibility rule, we can use that particular logic. For example, divisibility rule for 6, we can take the number which is divisible by 2 as well as 3, then the number will be definitely divisible by 6. Where 2 and 3 are co-primes, I can take that. 4 and 15 are co-primes. Co-primes are nothing but when the two numbers do not share any common factor except 1. Then we can say that are co-primes. So now for example, we can take divisibility rule for 24. 24 I can get either by multiplying 6 into 4 or 3 into 8. But 6 and 4 are not co-primes. So we need to take 3 and 8. Number which is divisible by 3 as well as 8, the number will be divisible by 24. Like that for 99. The number which is divisible by 9 as well as 11. 9 and 11 are co-primes. So we can say 99, if it has to be divisible by 9 as well as 11, then only the whole number will be divisible by 99. So now here there is one more similar property. Based on this, the problems can be asked. Any digits repeated p minus 1 times is divisible by 9 where p is a prime number greater than 5. So let us take a prime number greater than 5. For example, 7 is a prime number. So 6 times, if I repeat any number like 666666 or 555555, that number will definitely be divisible by 7. For example, here where you can take a prime number 13. So 5 when repeated 12 times will definitely be divisible by 13. And one more prime number 17. So 7 when repeated 16 times, not only 7, it can be 3 or 4, that when that particular number is repeated 16 times, that number will definitely be divisible by 17. These are all the things which we can use it as a shortcut if we know this particular rule. So we have missed out the divisibility rule for 7. So we don't have a shortcut or a shorter way. We can't say this is a shorter way to find out the divisibility rule for 7. But anyway, let me just explain the logic. So if we have to find out whether the number is divisible by 7 or not, just take the unit digit, multiply that by 2 and subtract it from the remaining digit. If that is exactly divisible by 7, then the whole number will be divisible by 7. Otherwise, that number will not be divisible by 7. So here 945, unit digit is 5. 5 into 2, 10. Subtract it from the remaining digit, which is 94. 94 minus 10, which is equal to 84. 84 is divisible by 7. So 945 will also be definitely divisible by 7. If it is a 5-digit number or 6-digit number, you need to repeat the same process till we are able to get the 2-digit value or a multiple of 7. Now, divisibility rule for 13, the same rule, but we need to multiply the unit digit by 4. Instead of 2, we need to multiply this by 4. And instead of subtracting from the remaining digit, we need to add with the remaining 3 digits. So 3146. Where 6 into 4, 24, that has to be added with the remaining digits 314. So we will get 338. I am unable to predict this. So again, I am repeating the process. 8 into 4 is 32. 32 is added with first two digit 33. I am getting 65. 65 is exactly divisible by 13. So that number will be definitely divisible by 13. Okay, for 17, subtract 5 times the unit digit. Okay, now take the unit digit, multiply by 5 and subtract it from the remaining number. So 8 into 5, 40. So 227 minus 40 will be 187. 187 is exactly divisible by 17. So the whole number will be divisible by 17. Okay, just we need to it will be it is a normal division method only. This is another way of approach in which you can find out the divisibility rule. So now we'll see a few examples. A 120 digit number is formed by writing the first x natural numbers in front of each other, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, like that. Find the remainder when this number is divided by 8. Okay, so now we know the divisibility rule for 8. So we cannot divide 120 digit by using long division. So there should be a shorter way. So what we are going to do, we need to find out the last 3 digits in that 120 digit number, and when that number is divided by 8, whatever the remainder we are getting, that number will be our remainder. So now we'll just see. So to find out the last 3 digits of that 120 digit number, what is the logic which we are going to follow? So there are many logics, but I'm going to say in my logic. So out of that 120 digits, first 9 is going to be a single digit number. So I'm removing that 9 single digit number, left with 111 digits. That 111 digits will be filled with 2 digit number like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Like that 2 digit number will be added. Then only 110 digits can be formed. So here 111 is not exactly divisible by 2. So I am taking 110 digits. So 110 when divided by 2 will get 55. So which means there are 55 2-digit numbers after 9. Okay. When I am adding 55 2-digit numbers after 9, I'll get 110 digits. So 110 plus this 9 numbers, it will be 119 digit number. Okay. So now 55 numbers after 9, it will end with 64. So it will look like this: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 till 63 64. It will stop till 64. So till 64 it is a 119 digit number, because from 10 to 64 it is a 110 digit, and from 1 to 9 it is a single digit. So we will be getting 119 digits here. So next number 63 64. So obviously next number will be 65, but we want only one digit, so we are stopping with 6. So we are getting a 120 digit number, and last 3 digit is 646. So to find out the remainder, just divide this 646 by 8. We'll get remainder 6. Okay. So next question. Then the number 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 till 40 is divided by 9. What will be the remainder? So we know the same logic. In order to find out the remainder when that number is divided by 9, just we need to find out the sum of digits from 1 to 40. Again, there are many ways in which you can find out the sum. I'm going to use only one such way to find out the value. Okay, in order to find out the remainder, just we are going to use a simple logic: 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus till 9. Okay, that is exactly divisible by 9, because sum of 1 to 9 will be 45. So same way, 10 plus 11 plus 12, 10 is nothing but 1 plus 0, you will get same 1. 11 means 1 plus 1, 2. So again, you will get the same cycle: 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus till 9. Then again it will start from 19, 1 till 27, you will get same 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus till 9. Then same way for 28 to 36. So I can say this is exactly divisible by 9, this is exactly divisible by 9, this is exactly divisible by 9, this is exactly divisible by 9. So we don't want to bother about these digits, but we need to find out only the remaining digits. So we have stopped till 36 here. So find out the remainder, find out the sum of the remaining digits which is 37 plus 38 plus 39 plus 40. So 3 plus 7 plus 3 plus 8 plus 3 plus 9 plus 4 plus 0, we'll get 37. So 37 when divided by 9, we'll get remainder 1. Or 3 plus 7 is equal to 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. So anyway, we'll be getting the remainder 1 as our answer. Okay. So this is one of the approach in which we can solve the problem. So a 6-digit number 7A386B is divisible by 36. What can be the possible value of A into B? So now we know if it has to be divisible by 36, that number has to be divisible by 4 as well as 9. Right? So which number are we going to fix first? So here, since we know the divisibility rule for 4, when the last 2 digit is divisible by 4, then the whole number will be divisible by 4. So we can fix the value of B first. Okay. So now we can say 64 is divisible by 4 and 68 is divisible by 4. So B can take only two possible values, either 4 or 8. Okay. Now based on this B, we can find out the value of A such that by using the divisibility rule for 9. Divisibility rule for 9 will be the sum of the digits has to be divisible by 9. So now when we put B value as 4, we are getting the value 7 plus A plus 3 plus 8 plus 6 plus 4 is 28 plus A. When B value is 8, we'll get 32 plus A. So now what value if I put for A, it will be divisible by 9. So 28 plus 8, it will be 36. So 36 is the nearest number after 28, that is exactly divisible by 9. So here I need to add 8, here I need to add 4. So from that we can conclude if B value is 8, then A value will be 4. If A value is 8 and B value will be 4. So in both the cases, I can say A into B will get 32. Last question. The 7-digit number 27A46B5 is divisible by 99. What can be the value of A and B? So if it has to be divisible by 99, then the whole number can be should be divisible by 9 as well as 11. Okay. So first what we are going to do, first fix the value for 9. So that divisibility rule for 9 is sum of the digits should be divisible by 9. Sum of the digits is 2 plus 7 plus A plus 4 plus 6 plus B plus 5. We will get 24 plus A plus B. So if this whole number has to be divisible by 9, the whole value should be 36. Then A plus B value should be 12. Okay, if we consider 45, then what will happen? If A plus B has to be 21, which is not at all possible with just two single digit numbers. So now we can say that A plus B value has to be 12. Divisibility rule for 11 is sum of the digits in odd positions. Difference sum of the digits in even positions should be 0 or multiple of 11. 2 plus A, sum of digits in odd positions is 7 plus 4 plus B. Sum of digits in even positions 2 plus A plus 6 plus 5. So we'll be having 13 plus A, difference 11 plus B should be equal to 0 or 11. So since we have A plus B is equal to 12, there are few combinations which is 3, 9, 4, 8 or 5, 7. When we apply 3, 9, it is not divisible by 11. So 3 is 16, here 20. 16 and 20 difference is 4. Even if we interchange, we'll get 22 and 14. 22 minus 14, it is 8. So even for 4, 8, what will get 17 and 19, difference is 2. It is not divisible by 11. So when we substitute 5 and 7, so 13 plus 5 is 18. 11 plus 7 is also 18. 18 minus 18 is equal to 0. So now since it is 0, I can say that that whole number will be divisible by 11. So when I apply 5 and 7, 5 plus 7 is equal to 12. It is divisible by 9 as well as 11. So now I can assure that the A and B value is 5 and 7. Then the whole number will be divisible by 99. Thank you.